A woman is a woman. She cannot be called another woman. A woman can be called as a mother, can be called as a daughter, can be called as a wife, can be called as grandmother. But we can never call her as another woman. But why the poem has been titled such? Because nowadays the human relations are dying. A woman is not looked as if she is a mother or a wife or a daughter. Now, if you open any newspaper, irrespective of the area, irrespective of the language, we come across the abandoned girl children, 4 days old, 5 days old, eaten by the dogs, bitten by the ants, bitten by the fleas, etc. In a very bad condition, the babies have been retrieved from the dustbins that we are reading. Yesterday I was reading in a newspaper, a newborn baby's, that is girl baby's body was retrieved from the Nalla Cheruvu of Kukatapalli. You see how inhuman the man is becoming. Because it is a baby girl, she has been abandoned, thrown away into the water to die. There the writer wants to call it as another woman. We have a very great respect for the woman. We call it as Amma. ఏమమ్మా ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఎక్కడికి పోతున్నారు, కూర్చోండి అమ్మా. That way we give a high respect, even she is a very kid, a child. ఏమమ్మా ఎట్లా ఉన్నావు, చిన్న పిల్లని అడుగుతాం. పెద్ద ఆవిడని కూడా అడుగుతాం, ఏమమ్మా ఎక్కడికి వెళ్తున్నారమ్మా. That way we question Amma, we call it her as Amma. And I remember some Hindi poet, cinema song he has written, even the rivers of India are called, addressed as mother. Ganga Maya, Godavari Mata, we call it Krishnamma Galagala. We heard it, all these things. Why? That is, the rivers we call them with a great respect as Amma. That high respect we have for the women in the society. But that relation somehow it is getting stranded somewhere. Why? We do not know. And the rightful answer is money. As long as the man is after the money and power, he doesn't care for any kind of relation. And if at all you are to develop yourself personally, the human relations are the first one which you have to maintain properly. With high respect, we have to maintain that. And so the poem is here, another woman. I talked about the infant children, baby children, which have been abandoned, which have been thrown into the dustbins, which have been bitten by the dogs. This all, why I put it is how, what we call as heartless we are for the newborn. And certain people, they are getting abortion. That means at the fetus itself, stage itself, they are getting rid of the girl children. Now, after grown up, from the child to young stage, the girls or the womanhood is being abused in number of ways, in number of means, from here to here. Suppose she has not faced anything up to this stage. She has grown, she studied and learned many things, and she can also earn money along with the man. She has come to this stage. Here, doesn't she have any kind of hardships? She has. With a great affection, the father and mother, they send her to the in-laws' house. And now again, there is a supplement in your newspaper. In the supplement, district-wise, they cover the dowry deaths. Dowry death, dowry, it is a very, what we call is a practice which kills. We can call it as a demon, dowry, right? So, recently, I have come across a gentleman. Why I call him gentleman? So very gentle he is to the people, to the society. But When his father-in-law had come to take him for his son's marriage, that means the brother-in-law's marriage, he has to attend, he demanded money. Will you give me 2 acres of land? I will attend the marriage of my brother-in-law. Very good. How human you are, or how inhuman you are, ask yourself. Right? So here, this humanity is fully shown here. How the humanity is dying. And so the poem is named as Another Woman. It is under B, reading. Let me give you a reading of this poem. This morning she bought green methi, Telugu word, in the market, choosing the freshest bunch. Picked up a white radish, imagined the crunch it would make. Between her teeth, the sweet, sharp taste, then put it aside, thinking it an extravagance, counted her coins. Out carefully, tried them a small bundle. Into her sari at the waist. Came home, faced her mother-in-law's dark looks, took the leaves and chopped them. Her hands stained yellow from the juice, cut an onion fine and cooked the whole thing in the pot over the stove, shielding her face from the heat. You see, the woman of the house, according to our Hindu or any religion, she need not have to step out of the house. Need not have to, I put it. It is not that they should be restricted to their kitchen. No. They need not have to. That kind of comfort the men folk should give. The women folk of the house need not have to go out for anything. But it is not the very same old day. Unless the husband and the wife both work, these 5 fingers will not go up to this. That is the situation now. If at all there should be some savings, if at all the children are to be reared up in a comfort, then both should work. Right? And in that kind of a family, both have respect to each other. But there are certain families, they restrict the women to the house. If at all she goes out, when she comes in, what kind of treatment she has? Here the mother-in-law looks at her with dark looks. Where did you go? See, they knew it pretty well. She had been to the market to bring certain things, vegetables, to cook for the taste of the whole family. They knew it. But the mother-in-law looks at her as if she has done something wrong. Right? Here. This morning she bought green methi. She goes to the market. Santaki veltaru. She goes to the market, chooses the vegetable in a very precise manner, in a very precision manner. It should be very good. And if I cook it, people should feel the taste of it. She never bothered for her taste. She bothers for the taste of the entire family. And so she chooses. And again, while choosing and while purchasing, she is again conscious about the money she has with her, the money left with her after the purchases. Means she holds the finance part of the house and also hygiene and health part of the house, both the things. Right? And so she is called as Amma there. This morning she brought green methi in the market, choosing the freshest bunch, very fresh one she takes it. చట్నీ చేస్తే చక్కగా అవ్వాలి, కూర వండితే చక్కగా ఉండాలి, మేతి పరోటా చేస్తే చక్కగా టేస్టీగా ఉండాలి. That is her aim. Picked up a white radish, picked up a white one, very white it should be. Radish, mullangi dumpa. It should be a very nice one, a very nice vegetable. So that this methi parota and this shalgam are your what we call as your radish. It should make a tasty food. And now when she picks up these two, she imagine the crunch it would make, the taste it would make, the combination it makes, methi parota and the radish, mullangi dumpa salad. How it tastes? She feels it, yes, it tastes well. And she takes the end part of the radish, ఆ ముల్లంగి దుంప తుంపి నోట్లో పెట్టుకొని టేస్ట్ చేస్తారు. ఎస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ గుడ్, ముదరది కాదు లేతది. దట్ వే దే చూజ్ ఇట్. Between her teeth, the sweet, sharp taste, she tastes it. So that if at all any distaste is there, the children, the husband, the mother-in-law, the father-in-law, they should not have the bad taste. Now, you are having beerakayalu, dondakayalu. These things, sometimes they taste bitter, cheduga untai. Right? Kakarkaya chedu, we can taste it, we can have it. But if it is beerakaya and dondakaya, we cannot go. We cannot have it, we cannot enjoy it. So, how does the woman cooks the curry with it? She chops a bit, a small piece, and tastes it before making the curry. If it tastes bitter, she throws the entire beerakaya out. And even cucumber, dosakaya, even that also tastes bitter sometimes. And that will be discarded by the housewife, the mother there. Why? It should not spoil the taste of the husband, the children, or the mother-in-law or the father-in-law. So, why she does it? Why she tastes that beforehand? It is because she doesn't like to compromise with the taste. She wanted to offer a very good taste to all her beloved ones. So now she tastes it and she sees whether it is tasting sweet or not. Then she puts it aside. Not only that, then put it aside, thinking it an extravagance, counted her coins. Did I spend more money on that? Am I extravagant on buying this vegetable for my family? That way she reconciles with the taste, with the money spent, with the family. All the things, three things she puts together whenever she does a marketing. Now she counts the money, the coins which are left with her. And what does she do? Counted her coins out carefully, tied them a small bundle into her sari at the waist. At this place, she ties the coins at the corner of her pallu place, and she puts it in her waist very carefully, whatever the money is left. So, came home, she comes home back. Faced her mother-in-law's, see, when she comes home, how free she is. She is never free. She is not free. She is not free. She once again see that she comes home, she was not as free as she was in the market. She chooses the methi, chooses the vegetable, whatever she likes. And when she comes home here, she loses her freedom. Why? Because her mother-in-law looks at her, dark looks, took the leaves and chopped them. She looks at her mother-in-law. She feels, no, my mother-in-law is annoyed. She is angry. She has a dark look at me. That way she gets, what we can say is, she retrieves herself into a shell. She is not free. Retrieves herself under a shell. Right? As she sees the look in her mother-in-law's eyes. Dark looks. Took the leaves and chopped them. She makes the little small pieces of the leaves methi which she has brought. And now her hands stained with yellow from the juice. She never bothers how dirty her hands has become. And she looks a better part of it. What is that one? Yes, my hands have grown yellow. Very good. Right? She chops the leaves of methi and there she get her hands stained, but still she is happy because they look yellow. You see that? How compromising she is. From the juice, cut an onion. She cuts the onion and the onion juice enters into her eyes. Tears will be rolling down. The nose will be filled up as if she is crying. No, she is happily cutting the onion. Why? She knew the taste of the food she is preparing. So second, cuts the onion fine and cooked, the whole thing in the pot over the stove. On the stove there is a pot and in it on the onion, the methi and everything is put and being cooked. While cutting onion, I told you, she faced a difficulty. While chopping the methi, she has some staining marks over there, but still she is happy. Right? And third thing, the stove and the heat, and that darkening her cheeks, which were red in color, rosy in color, very healthy in color, very happy in color. That color, it is being burnt by the stove. She doesn't bother for it. She shields it with her veil. ముసుగుతోను కప్పుకుంటుంది, కప్పుకొని వండుతుంది వంట, because she is the Amma there. The usual words came and beat. Usual, every day she hears from her mother-in-law. It has become a very usual word. Though she is being scolded. See, the scolding words she took as the usual words. The usual words came and beat. దెబ్బలు కొట్టినట్టు తగులుతాయిట ఆ వర్డ్స్. The mother-in-law, whatever the words shoot at her, they come as arrows and prick her. అంత పెయిన్ చేస్తాయి. Right? Beat her, their wings against her. The words come and beat their wings at her. That kind of pain she takes. The money spent, curses heaped upon her parents. What vegetable did you bring? Methi you brought, onion you brought, radish you brought. You have wasted the money. You see, for whom she has purchased this? For her sake, for her taste, or for the family's taste? For the care of the family she spent that money, but mother-in-law speaks something else. What is that one? You have wasted our money. This is how your father has grown you up. He doesn't care for the money. You don't have any care for the money. That way, she is called as a spendthrift. Extravagant you are. Why onion? Why methi? Why radish? We can just adjust with some onion and green chilli, make a paste of it, we can make out. Why this cooking? That way she was scolded by her mother-in-law. Money spent, curses heaped upon her parents. She does something for the betterment of that family, but the curses are heaped on her parents. You see the thing there. Her parents who had sent her out to darken other people's doors. This is what your parents have taught you. What is that one? To make our house darken. You are putting the dark color on our house. You are bringing ill name, ill fame for our house. You are spending everything out. Right? You are making us poor. That is what your parents have taught you. Here she is striving for the betterment of this house, and instead she is getting a heap of scolding on her parents. Right? Who is that woman? The daughter-in-law there. Right? And so the other woman, The first woman is the Attagaru, the mother-in-law. The other one is the daughter-in-law over there. Daughter-in-law, is she wanted? She is not wanted, right? Now you see how she is being eliminated from the picture. It comes in the course. Who had sent her out to darken other people's doors? This is what your parents have taught you. Simply you want to spend every pie of this house. You want to make luxury of yourself. Can't you control your taste, your tongue? Is it your father's house or what? What do you think about it? That way the mother-in-law grumbles on her. Now, she crouched. She retrieves back to her shell. తాబేలు జస్ట్ మూమెంట్, ఒక టచ్ చేస్తే కాళ్ళు మొగం లాగేసుకుంటుంది తలకాయ లోపలికి షెల్ కిందకి. అట్లాగా ఈమె షీ క్రౌచెస్ హెర్ సెల్ఫ్, షీ రిట్రీవ్స్ బ్యాక్ ఇన్ టు ద షెల్. క్రౌచ్ వంగిపోవడం, కుంచుకుపోవడం. తెలుగులో ఎగ్జాక్ట్ వర్డ్ క్రౌచింగ్, తెలుగు వర్డ్ ఈజ్ కుంచుకుపోవడం. షీ గెట్స్ హెర్ సెల్ఫ్ విత్ ఇన్ దర్ బౌండరీస్, హెర్ లిమిటేషన్స్ come into. Beside, on the floor beside the stove. Where is the place? A daughter-in-law's place is in the kitchen, beside the stove, on the floor. Right? That means in presence of her in-laws, especially mother-in-law, she cannot take a pillow even. Right? So that is it. On the floor beside the stove. When the man came home, man, who is this? Her husband. Her husband. No, it is the mother's son. Right? When the man comes, and so here, when the man came home, the man, he is not the man of this woman. He is the son of that woman, the other woman. Right? She did not look into his face. She cannot, she should not. She has no authority or right or what we call as a privilege to look directly into the eyes of her husband. This way. Right? This way she should stand and question. Do you need a tea? A cup of water? A glass of water? Likewise. She cannot. She cannot look into his eyes. She did not look into his face nor raise her head. Looking is far away. She cannot raise the head even. Head, but bent her back a little more. Nothing gave her the right to speak. Why was she like that? Because she may be the owner of the house. She may be the daughter-in-law of the house. But these two aspects never give a chance to her to raise her head in front of her man. So now, she watched the flame hiss up. She is looking down. There the stove is. Stove is not this gas stove. That is the wood. The stove which is burning out of the wood. Poya, kattela poya. And she was looking into it. The flames are rising up and up with a hissing sound. Now, and beat against the cheap old pot. The pot is not human and not a costlier one, not like your oven, not like your the copper bottomed stainless steel. No, it is a aluminium or German silver, what you call that sottala padipoyina oka ginne, some pot, old one, right? And around that the fire, the flames are going up. A wing of brightness against the blackened cheek. Now, because her husband has come, this cheek is blackened due to that heat, but she has just a tinge of red color here. Siggu, oka chinna, what we call as a respect or a shyness. It has come because the husband is back home. A kind of respect, a kind of what we call as a shyness. It enters into her cheeks. Above what? Above the blackening of that heat, it has blackened this cheek. But here the color, the rosy color comes in once again. because her husband has come. Right? Now, this was the house she had been sent to. She has no place here, but she has been sent to here to live long for the rest of her life. She has been sent here. The man she had been bound to. What is this house? Is it her house? No, 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 no. This house belongs to that man to whom she was bound. She was tied together. మంగళసూత్రం కట్టారు, పంపించేశారు, తాళి కట్టి పంపించేశారు. Right? This is the house. Why it is being emphasized what had happened to her. Underlines, you can see there, the lines speak to you. The future she had been born into. Now this is the house where she was sent by her parents. And this house belongs to the man with whom she was tied. That means with whom her future had been tied up. Future. And this is the place where she has taken the second birth as a daughter-in-law. There she was a daughter, and here she is a daughter-in-law, another woman. There she was the first woman, daughter, and here she is another woman, daughter-in-law. What kind of treatment has been given here to her? Here, so when the kerosene was thrown, whatever the case may be, the man had come and he has thrown the kerosene to her. Thrown, just a moment of surprise, a brilliant spark. You see, why this man has come? What is he throwing at me? That way she got surprised and the eyes twinkle with brightness. Yes, they want to do certain thing to me. The brightness comes. That means the knowledge comes into her eyes. Before when it dawns, the reason when it dawns on her, the thing is completed. What is the thing completed? It was the only choice that she had ever known. To run away from the place or to be there, whatever it is, there is only one chance. Only understanding is that the kerosene had fallen on her. What is the next consequence? Whether I am to wait for it or run away from it. This is only the choice left for her. So, another torch blazing in the dark, another woman. We shield our face from the heat. People will be knowing it, seeing it, reading it, but they just forget about it. Every day in and day out, this kind of happenings are happening, occurring. Dowry deaths. The man comes, she is waiting for him, the food is cooked for him, she is waiting. As soon he comes, she cannot look at him, nor she could raise her head. But simply with the thought, the man had returned back. That brings a shyness on her cheeks, and those cheeks which were blackened by the fire over there. She is waiting that he would speak something. He did not speak, he did not utter a word. Simply he pours kerosene on her and puts the blaze to her sorry. Another woman burnt. Right? The story is closed. The case comes. The police come. They arrest everybody. They takes. That's all. Making way for the another woman to undergo the same circumstances, same situation, same fate. That is the poem here. How human relations are maintained. The daughter of that house, she comes over here to live long in this house. How much care shall we have to show to her? Are we showing? And the reason is the money. Whether it is assured or whether it has been promised, whatsoever, by some reason, the poor father, he could not make good. And the result is faced by the daughter, poor daughter, who was taken care and brought up with utmost care as if she is a flower in the garden. She was taken care up to the age of marriage. Right? What kind of agony the parent face, just let us think. It is only we see another woman over there. What is this another woman title? Today is this woman's fate, and tomorrow maybe it is some other woman's fate. But the woman stands woman. She cannot be classified as another. She is the mother, she is the daughter, she is the sister. She is always stands good for the same position. As long as you think there is another woman, it is your mistake.